6 weeks ago, we selected Thomas and his 2003 Acura RSX Type S as our winner for Throttle Dream Build 4. In Dream Build 1, we transformed Josh's Subaru from this to this. And then in Dream Build 2, we transformed Alex's BRZ from this to this. And finally, in Dream Build 3, we transformed Peter's FJ Cruiser from this to this. This is Thomas's 2003 RSX Type S, and frankly, it's seen better days. We've got a mountain of parts inside to transform it, so let's push it inside and get to work.
We have our 2003 Acura RSX here and a mountain of parts in front of it. We got a lot of really cool, fun things going on this build. It's gonna be very epic.
Let's start in the front with what we have up here. This is something that really gets me going. Jay's Racing full body kit. This is not a wide body kit. This is a narrow body FRP body kit that we're able to find here stateside. That's a great thing because this is normally like an 8 to 12 week wait to have it shipped from Japan. I can't wait to see it all in one color and fit it on the car.
So we're gonna be doing a lot of basic maintenance on this thing. We have an Optima yellow top battery that's going to replace the old warm battery that's in there. So we have some peak coolant. We're going to be flushing out all the old junk in there. Who knows how long the coolant's been in this car. We have a ton of parts from our friends over at Advanced Auto Parts. The alternator was a little worn, so we're going to replace it. We have a full set of engine mounts. We also have a new serpentine belt, a belt tensioner, and a new set of spark plugs to keep this K20 running properly. And we're going to be throwing in a new clutch.
Man, look at this bad boy.
That is a Stage 2 Action clutch. We're going to be replacing the one that's in there.
Back here we got a bunch more stuff from Advanced Auto Parts. We've got our sway bar end links, we've got a bunch of bushings, automatic belt tensioner for the engine. We're going to be putting on the BC Racing BR series coilovers. But these are going to bolt right in, drop in, and lower this thing and give it the ride quality that it deserves. To give it a little bit more feel from the driver's seat, we're actually going to use the Acuity short throw shifter. We went ahead and did a little bit of research and found out that you could put Acura TL Type S Brembo brakes on this Type S, paired with EBC rotors and EBC brake pads.
We're also going to be doing full stainless lines. And
you can't do all this stuff and make it handle and feel great without having a seat that's going to keep your butt in place. So what we found with the QRTR, that's actually a really comfortable bucket. We're going to pair that with a Buddy Club low-rise seat rail.
We're also going to be refreshing the front and rear lights. We have a beautiful set of taillights here and a beautiful set of headlights to go with it as well. We have a full Nishimoto cooling system right here.
Aside from that, we'll also be upgrading with the silicone hoses and the racing thermostat.
We have some more good stuff from Advanced Auto Parts. Those are a full replacement control arm for the front.
Because we want to make this car handle, we reached out to Progress and bought a couple sway bars for it. We've got a front and rear sway bar. And of course, guys, we're putting all this stuff on the car, including a body kit. We can't leave it this existing color.
So we have Gloss Midnight Blue. This is from our friends over at Tiny Butt Vinyl. We've used their vinyl on a couple of our projects here and we absolutely love it.
Moving on, probably one of the most important aesthetic pieces of a vehicle, your wheel and tire package. We always run these RT660s from Falcon Tire. If you haven't tried them, give them a try. We're gonna be pairing those to the Motegi track light. But one thing I like about it is it's super duper light, and this is a cast wheel. So super durable, super strong. We're gonna be bolting those on the car with these Gorilla lug nuts. And to round out the back of the car and also the underside of the car, we've got a MagnaFlow exhaust system for this thing. This is a lot of parts, and that can only mean one thing, Quinn.
We have a lot of work to do. Let's get this RSX up on the rack, start tearing into it. Let's go.
Here we go.
Before we get started, submissions for Throttle Dream Build 5 are open right now. If you guys want to have your car or truck transformed by the Throttle team here, hit the link in the description. Getting entered is super simple, guys. Join VIP, fill out the form to get your car entered. In a few weeks, the team and I are going to sit down and pick the winner for Throttle Dream Build 5. We're going to ship your car out here and transform it. The deadline is January 6th. Good luck, guys.
Yeah, I left for 5 minutes and the motor's out.
Chill out.
We got no engines, Ted.
Let me ask you a question, Ted.
We got no engines, do we?
We got no engines, Ted.
We got no engines, Mick.
It fell out.
It fell out?
Quinn unhooked a couple wiring harnesses and this thing just hit the floor.
A couple of K20 A2s would run for a premium right about now.
Hector's gonna be running 3 spoon engines, 3 fork engines,
3 fork engines.
forklift engines.
So we've got the entire front end powertrain out. So we can now take the uprights out. We have new shocks, we have new sway bars, end links, and control arms. So this whole stuff can come off. We're gonna replace our clutch, clean the engine, and then put it all back together and get it back in the RSX. Our clutch is off, the flywheel's off to the machine shop. As soon as that gets back, we can reinstall it with our new Action clutch. Before that happens, we have a lot of cleaning to do, so let's get into it.
So everything's been sprayed, cleaned, wiped, and dry, and it's right back on the lift. From this moment, we're gonna move into the engine and transmission. We're gonna get that thing polished, and then start putting everything together.
We just found out that our axle is no good for our RSX Type S. Something happened when we disassembled it. So I'm here at Advanced Auto Parts. We're gonna pick up a replacement axle as well as a couple other things that we might need for the RSX build. So let's get inside, grab the parts, and get back to the shop.
Our flywheel is back and it looks absolutely beautiful. It's ready for our new Action clutch. So I'm gonna put this on. We're gonna put Ricky in charge of holding the crank in place so I can actually tighten down these flywheel bolts, and if he doesn't hold it, then it's just gonna spin, which sucks.
Ooh, yeah. This is really red.
All right, baby.
That's it?
We got a clutch. Let's go.
Let's go.
Now we gotta replace the throw bearing that's in the transmission, and then we gotta put the transmission back on, and then this whole mamma jamma goes back in the car. Trans is back on the car, new Action clutch is installed. We're gonna throw this on, which is our brand new starter. We got a few other things gonna be going on, such as the belt tensioner. We've got to start putting our engine mounts on, and then we're gonna get this motor back on the subframe, and the subframe back in the car. We've got the engine pretty much wired back up aside from the top end because the valve cover is still off. For now, I'm gonna move into the cooling system. We have a lot of parts from Mishimoto. I'm gonna start with a thermostat and we'll get into our radiator and fan assembly. Just got our Mishimoto fan shroud mounted onto our new radiator. Mickey went ahead and threw some beautiful Downstar up there. We're gonna get this thing in the car, start running our radiator hoses, and get this thing plugged in.
Something to spice up the engine bay, boys. A little dry carbon.
Ooh, look at that.
Should be a nice little compliment for the manifold you're about to toss on, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a factory K20A2 intake manifold, actually off of the K20 that was in our Freak. Now the intake manifold that is on this car is not a K20A2 manifold. It's actually, I believe it's a Civic Si, like a 2006 2008 Civic Si intake manifold. And because of that, there are quite a few fitment issues with it. There's a section completely cut off the back of the manifold. There's a lot of grind marks and cutting marks, and in addition to that, the placement of the throttle body is very different on this manifold than on a factory manifold. And because of that, we cannot get our air intake system to sit correctly. So this is gonna, one, look a lot nicer. This doesn't have any grind marks or cutting marks. Two, it's gonna fit a lot better, and it's gonna let everything else sit nicely. So I just unboxed our AM cold air intake, and this is a proper cold air intake. It actually removes the air filter all the way out of the engine bay, which is pretty cool. It actually has a washer bottle, a different style of washer bottle to actually clear the air intake. Let's get this thing on. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the Throttle YouTube channel and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss a thing. Our intake manifold system is back on. I've got our AEM intake pipe on, so I'm actually gonna move on to the valve cover. It'll allow us to run our PCV line. Ricky refinished our valve cover and it looks absolutely beautiful. He took it off the motor when he had it out of the car. He painted it with a white base coat and then applied a wrinkle red over the entire valve cover. Just a classic Honda red. And we've got a new Felpro gasket going on. Our valve cover is back on. I'm gonna throw in a fresh set of spark plugs before we wrap up the rest of the engine wiring.
Alright, brakes are torn apart to the point where all I need to do is rip those calipers off for Ricky to paint. But we have our sway bar, our end links, and our decrepit coilovers that we have on this thing to be taken out. So I'm gonna start with taking out the end links and the sway bar. That way things can kind of freely move in order for me to take those struts out. And I don't have to be nice to these because we're replacing them.
We are going to be replacing these crusty boy stock lower control arms with whatever this is, with some beautiful Skunk 2 billet lower control arms. Those things look way nicer. You probably will actually be able to see them next to our progress bar from the back of the car, which is going to look really, and that's the look. Yeah. So we're going to take these crusty ones off and swap those ones out.
I'm gonna get started on the rear end with some coilovers, rear sway bar, and some brakes. We also got brake lines and other stuff like that, but for now, let's just start with the coilovers first. Our two BCs. Let's put these babies on. They're so tiny. Let's put them on and put this thing on the floor finally.
Come back, Reggie.
I'm gonna double finish.
Wait, come back, come back. No, wait.
The rear BC BR series coilovers are in, and the next step is gonna be our EBC brake rotor and our calipers with our brake pads. Now, let's get our lock screws out. Now that I have the EBC rotors, the pads, the painted calipers, and the Goodrich brake lines with the BC BR Racing coilovers installed, it is time for me to start moving to the Progress rear sway bar, which is going to be in this location. Here we have the rear plate, adapter brackets to it, and here's the sway bar right here. So I'm going to be bolting this on first, and on top of this is where these braces are going to go in, and obviously the sway bar is going to go in between. Alright, since the rear part of the vehicle is completed, it is time to do the exact same thing in the front, which is upgrading the front to an Acura TL Type S front brake disc and rotor. So we did that. We paired it up with some EBC rotors and pads. We have still our BC Racing BR Series coilovers, our Progress sway bar, and we have OEM end links. We have OEM tie rod ends for our steering, and we have A-arms, and all provided from Advance Auto Parts.
That's not how it goes.
Yeah, it is.
That's how it goes?
Yeah.
You say so.
Hold on. Come down, Will.
Oh God.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. These guys, man.
We're working.
I was trying to do this on my own, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna help you out, and then it's been an hour.
You need to go above, like that. Now we're in the zone. Now we're on the same page,
it looks
baby.
like it belongs, bro.
Bro, it's tight.
Just in
Now it's tight.
I don't want my boy Tomas to freaking get into a wreck, bro.
Quinn's struggling.
Dude, this sucks. I cannot get this tie rod off.
So weak.
I cannot get this tie rod off.
What happened to the big muscle boy?
Dude, it's not even me. I'm not.
It's you. You can't do it.
It's a fact. Here, try it. Try it. Look at him, look at him, look at him.
I'm studying.
Mira, he's looking at it. He's trying to figure it out.
I'm studying it. Watch. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. Watch. He's gonna scream.
No way he just did that.
Did he actually? Oh, I did. We are now gonna be installing our front BC VR coilovers. Ricky's got one right here. We're gonna drop it in and then we're gonna put the spindle on after. We just got our new tie rods on, our new Progress sway bars on, and our new lower control arms and end links are on. So let's keep going. Now, I'm gonna handle one side, Ricky's gonna handle the other. We're gonna put the spindles on, get everything bolted down, and we'll start doing brakes.
So you can see our BC coilovers are in, our hub is in, lower control arm, sway bar, tie rod. It is time to put the rotor, the brake rotor, and then the calipers. Because we are moving to the TL front brakes, our rotor needs to be pushed forward 5 mils, which is why we have that spacer behind the rotor. And now, once we put the brake caliper here, this should be perfectly centered to it. All right, she is about ready to leave to our SOS Customs. So they're gonna prep it, primer it, the same thing with the body kit. And when it comes back, it's gonna be straight to start wrapping it and finishing the finishing touches. I just need to, somebody to push me.
All right, we just arrived here at Enhanced Automotive. We've got our body kit for the RSX as well as the hood, and we're gonna take it inside. We've also got the TinyBot vinyl. These guys have taken on the task of getting this car wrapped and ready for Thomas in just a few short days. So we're gonna go check in with them, drop off the parts, and get cracking.
What's up, guys? We're here at Enhanced Automotive. I'm Jose.
My name is Michael, and today we're going to be wrapping this RSX in TinyBot's Nightcrawler Blue. The vehicle and the parts did arrive last night, is ready and prepped. Now we're going to go ahead and lay down some vinyl.
All right, Vic and I are pulling up to Enhanced Automotive. We're gonna pick up the RSX. Can't wait to see the new color. And this thing's gonna look awesome. So let's pull in here and we'll go see what they got. Oh dang, it's already on the truck. Hey, don't show them yet, don't show them yet. Dang, we're kind of late to the party. It's already on the truck over here. Pencils down, pencils down.
Final step.
Dude, that color looks good.
Good.
Woo! All right, Enhanced Automotive is done. They are handing this back over to us with the Nightcrawler Blue from TinyBot put on the RSX, and it looks fantastic. Huge thanks to these guys. They worked really hard hours, I'm sure, get this thing done for us. And we're gonna let them get back to their business, but huge shout out to Michael and Jose for working hard on this. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you guys for letting us do it. Yeah, definitely.
So I just tossed in our new Optima battery. So this is a yellow top 51R. This is gonna have a much stronger cold weather performance than an off-the-shelf battery would, which this car is a Midwest car, so everyone knows it gets nice and cold up there. This Optima battery is gonna hold its own out in the cold weather, which is really nice. I wanna get this thing fired up, make sure it's running correctly, and then we can start working on bleeding our cooling system.
Oh, we got some burping going on.
Why is it that color?
So nice.
That is nasty.
I forgot we didn't have an exhaust manifold on. And yeah, the power steering needs to be bled still because we pulled the pump off.
I think it just bled.
So these are TL Type S calipers, and they actually run a much bigger bolt than the RSX, but the bolt spacing is still the same. So we had to open these guys up to be able to fit our bigger hardware on there. But now that that's done, we should be able to bolt these things right onto the car.
We gotta throw some more style on this thing, a little bit more Cabron fiber. Boom!
We love to run Pico E2 coolant. As you guys know, they make a manufacturer pretty much specific or equivalent coolant, which is very nice. You don't have to go out and spend $40 on a gallon of coolant from Honda. Let's get this thing filled up.
So we got ourselves some replacement taillights. These actually have circles of LEDs already in them, but we're gonna also make the turn signals in reverse LED as well, and that is really gonna upgrade the output of these taillights and make this car look a little bit more current. So just like the rear end, we're gonna refresh the front end of this with some aftermarket Enzo headlights. You can get these on throttle.com, and they are plug and play with the harness that you have in any stock RSX. 02 to 04 is what we got right here.
Will's been waiting all day to put these in.
All day.
Well, this GT200 wing from APR is really cool. Unlike the Supra, which has adjustment here on the upright, the GT200 wing here for the RSX actually has a turnbuckle. So you can see now these bolts are just loose for now. Nothing's been tightened, but you can see we're going to be able to adjust the pitch of the wing just by turning this turnbuckle. I think it adds a really cool technical look to the back of the car as well. And we know this is an actual functional aero piece, so I'm excited to get this thing all situated on the car and see how it looks with the 2-inch riser. You can run this without the riser as well and run a little bit closer to the trunk, but man, we want that aggressive track look, so we went ahead and bumped it up. We just need to drill some holes in the trunk and mount the upright bases on the trunk, and then we'll get this thing on the car and see how it looks.
Got some beautiful Magnafoil components here. So this is a street catback exhaust for the RSX, which is really cool. Let's get this thing up in the air. Let's get our beautiful exhaust system on. Once that's on, we can fire it up, hear how it sounds, and more importantly, we can bleed the cooling system and finish out the rest of the drivability side of this car. MagnaFlow exhaust system is fully installed. Let's get this thing fired up and see how it sounds. Our K20 fired back up. It sounds great. Now we're gonna get into some more engine maintenance. I wanna change the engine oil and the transmission fluid, so let's go. We got all of our fluids drained. We're gonna start by filling the transmission, and then we're gonna take the car down and fill up the engine. We'll get this thing running.
As you guys know, we always use Downstar on all our projects around here. And what's really cool is I sent a picture of the vinyl wrap to Frank over at Downstar. He actually has this color already on the shelf, which almost matches the vinyl exactly. So he sent us off some quick little care packs, blue washers, and hardware for the rest of the engine bay.
And big thank you to SOS up in Oceanside. They helped do some body work before this thing got wrapped to give it a more finished look. And while we had them working on that, we had them pull the front lip, the rear splitters, the side skirts, and the canards that are on the front bumper. Gloss blacked a lot of the parts and clear coated them, and we're about to throw them on. They look fantastic, so let's get them on the car now. Obviously, I rib nutted it into the fiberglass just so it's easy to take them on and off. Looks good. What do you think, Mick?
Yeah, it looks pretty nice. What I like about this kit is it's like a circuit racing style kit, so the rear bumper's been cut up higher. The other thing I really like is they put relief vents back here, so that on a lot of Hondas, you get a lot of turbulence underneath the rear bumper, and there's nowhere for the air to go. That's why we put holes in the freak. Yeah. So this one has 4 vents to let the air from pocketing up underneath and creating a lift in the back. It allows it out and creates actual downforce. It's really cool. So for me, like, the black is really cool. It ties all the moldings and the trims and everything together with the car. That's why we chose black. But the problem is black gets lost too. And this front lip has such a really cool, unique shape. I thought it'd be cool to put some color on it.
For now, I'm gonna get started on taking the factory seats out and getting the center console apart. We have a set of QRTR Sparco racing seats gonna be going in with some Buddy Club rails. And we have a shifter by Acuity we're gonna be putting in. So I'm gonna start getting all the old stuff out so we can start selling all the brand new nice stuff. I've got our seats out. The carpet is actually very dirty in here, so I want to get a vacuum and get all of our leaves up out of here, bro. Now I'm gonna take this crusty shifter out and start setting up our new Acuity stuff. And after seeing this, and after having a peek at the Acuity shifter, it's gonna be night and day difference. old shifter out and it's looking a little worse for wear and not very pretty. So we have a beautiful new shifter by our friends over at Acuity, and we have a shifter bushing kit. Oh yeah, dude. As you guys can probably tell right out of the gate, there is quite a difference between that and the factory shifter. But this is a full shifter replacement for this car, which is really cool. So this is gonna feel much nicer, much tighter. This is also 4-way adjustable, so we can adjust the side-to-side throw, the up and down of the shifter, the forward and back. We can adjust literally everything. So let's get this thing in the car. Got the shifter bolted down. This thing feels incredible. It is way more crisp. It has a shorter throw. It feels really solid. It doesn't feel like flimsy or anything. This shifter made a huge difference over the factory one, and I'm super stoked to have it in here. Acuity shifter is fully installed. It feels fantastic. Went ahead, threw the center console back on. We actually threw our V2 throttle shift knob on. Next up, we're going to be putting seats in the RSX. So we have a beautiful set of Sparco KRTR racing seats, and we have a set of Buddy Club seat rails. So these are going to bolt straight to the rails, straight to the floor. They have the slider integrated.
And dude, we're ready to race. I mean, we're ready to drive legally on the road.
Ooh, we gotta do the steering wheel next. Yeah, maybe I get to do the steering wheel next. I got our stock wheel off. We got a new NRG hub here. And see these holes? It actually picks up the stock clock spring, which is really cool. One of my favorite part about the NRG hubs is that they utilize a lot of the stock components, including the clock spring, which makes it very easy to wire a horn.
All right, so Quinn originally put the hub in. Me and him are actually bleeding the brakes right now, so while I'm pumping, he's bleeding the calipers, and at the same time, I might as well put the adapter on the Grip Royal steering wheel so we can finish both things at the same time. So here we have the Grip Royal steering wheel, and it's a leather wrap wheel. So shout out to Grip Royal for sending the steering wheel for our boy Thomas.
Pump, baby,
adapter
pump.
first. Pump, pumping, pumping. I can do this.
What's that, stop?
Oh, you said stop. Once we get battery back up. Can you put the battery for a quick sec? Yeah, just so I can test the horn.
Ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Hey! Good job, Quinn. She works.
Ooh, that's clean.
That never works.
Clean and simple, dude.
So last piece of the puzzle is, of course, our wheel and tire package. We have a Motegi track light, 17 by 8.5 with a 42 offset. We got them wrapped in our favorite tire around here, the Falken Azenos RT660. Let's get these things on and get this RSX on the ground.
Yo.
How's it going?
Welcome. Welcome to the shop. Thanks. Hello.
That's my mom.
Here we go.
All right. Holy cow. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. HQ. So it's funny, I actually had a 05 RSX Type S. So these cars hold a very, close place in my heart. It was an amazing car. I actually really, really liked it. When I moved to California 12 years ago, I had that car shipped out here and I drove that car around for a while. And how long have you had this car for?
Over 5 years, 6, 7 years.
When did you first start watching Throttle? Like, what was the first
Probably the first videos I saw was you painting your rotors in your
Really? Oh, the brake calipers.
Your brake calipers.
I'm sorry.
That's where I found you guys.
Yeah. All right, Thomas, you're the winner of Throttle Dream Build 4. It's time to show you your new RSX. Here we go.
Holy cow.
What do you think?
That is awesome.
Take a look.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow. I love that blue. That blue is awesome.
The team at SOS Customs went through the whole car. That's why we have Oscar right there. So you may recognize Oscar.
So obviously, you know what your car looked like before, and when Throttle bought us the car, they said, hey, it has a couple dents here and there, but that was a little bit of a different story once we, and for us, it's never really just a little ding here and there. We wanted to go ahead and straighten out the whole car. You had some rust, I think it was right here. I think you knew. What we ended up doing is cutting and welding and replacing that section. Yeah, we pretty much, like I said, every panel made sure this thing was fit and finished. So when the wrap did go on this thing, it would be perfect for you.
And then the team at Enhanced Auto did the Tinybot vinyl install, and they did a great job. I mean, the car, it's just transformed. I mean, it literally transformed in a matter of a couple weeks. And what do you say we fire it up?
Do we on our stars?
I wanted to hear the exhaust.
You want me to start it?
Yeah, start it. I want to hear this exhaust.
Where are the keys?
That's good sound.
I know it's only been like 2 minutes that you've seen the car, but what would you say is your favorite piece so far? Your favorite mod?
Probably the color. I love blue. Blue's my favorite color. But honestly, the body kit with the little touches of the yellow, and it's amazing.
Don't worry, if you don't love the yellow, it can come off in about 5 seconds. So
no, I like
it's all
it.
just pinstripe.
It's awesome. I like it.
All right, first drive in the RSX.
It's crazy. Your ride's totally different too with that good suspension on there.
Yeah, it feels tight.
Crazy experience. And to think I almost didn't enter. Like I said, it was 3 days before you guys called the deadline, and I was like, I'll do it. I won't win, but I'll do it. And here we are.
Here we are, yeah.
All right, well, that's going to be a wrap on us returning the RSX back to Thomas, our lucky winner of the Dream Build 4. And that leads me to Dream Build 5, which is now live. Click on the link in the description down below. Don't wait. Get your cars entered today to win this opportunity, just like Thomas has.
It can happen to you. It happened to me. It's going to take me a while to realize it's my car.
It's your car.
It's not somebody else's car. It's my car. Yeah, I've just been making sure I take it all in, have the best time. I'm happy.
So thanks for watching, guys. I hope we're transforming your car next.